am so happy to be able to bring celebratory greetings to the Caribbean Heritage Foundation as we begin celebrating another Caribbean American Heritage Month. Now, I would not be Congresswoman Barbara Lee had it not been for Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm. She opened so many doors for women, African Americans, and people of color to run for elected office. Because of Shirley Chisholm, Kamala Harris is the first African American, the first South Asian American, and the first Jamaican American to hold the second highest office, and of course, the first woman. When I attended Mills College in Oakland, California, I invited Congresswoman Chisholm to Mills College to address the Black Student Union as the first African American woman elected to Congress. But lo and behold, she was also running for President of the United States. I was immediately inspired by her story. She pushed me to register to vote and to get involved in her campaign. She knew that Black women had unique perspectives and life experiences that would strengthen our country. As she said, if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. Well, I am so proud to say that we have brought our folding chairs, and yes, we are here to stay. There are now 142 women serving in Congress, and Black women are continuing to lead. We have now more than 23 Black women serving in Congress, several of whom are of Caribbean descent and leading on the critical issues in the United States and our neighbors in the Caribbean. That's because of Shirley Chisholm. She was more than the first Black woman elected to Congress. She was more than the first Black woman to run for President of the United States. She should be remembered for what she was, and that was a catalyst for change who was unbought and unbossed. Nearly 50 years after Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm mounted her historic run for president as the first Black woman to do so, we are celebrating the achievements of another history maker and champion for families, immigrants, and communities of color, Vice President Kamala Harris, who was born in my congressional district and raised in my congressional district. How proud we are of her in Oakland and Berkeley, California. Congresswoman Chisholm and Vice President Harris are two shining examples of trailblazing women of Caribbean descent making history. I recently reintroduced my legislation again to recognize June as Caribbean American Heritage Month, and this year's proclamation included Vice President Harris as a historical figure to be recognized. Also, I was so proud to have led to create the beautiful Shirley Chisholm stamp and to have her portrait displayed in a prominent place in the United States Capitol. And now I am so excited to support Congresswoman Yvette Clarke's legislation to honor her legacy with a statue in the United States Capitol. Congresswoman Chisholm showed me, Vice President Harris, and so many to show up and fight for equality and justice and to dismantle racial and gender oppression. In celebration of Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm's legacy and the enormous achievements of Vice President Kamala Harris, let us speak out and do the work for a better world. Let us continue celebrating the accomplishments of the amazing Caribbean American community across the United States. Happy Caribbean American Heritage Month. Thank you again.